Good morning, everyone. My name is Anyaman Sutrini, and I'm as the moderator from Group 2. So now we'll explain about qualitative research. And before we explain, let me introduce my group member. So first is Kadek Fani Dwi Cahyanti. Second is Iputu Arya Dipayana. Third is Kadek Swasti Sukmastiani. And last is Putu Vita Hartanti Ajawa. So in this presentation, we will explain three topics. First is what is research? Second is the nature of qualitative research. And the last is the characteristics of qualitative research. But let me explain first about research. So in understanding the qualitative methodology, it is crucial to give an overview of what research is all about. Research deals with the search for knowledge and deals with academic activity. So according to Kothari 2004, research is a specific and systematic search for certain information on a specific topic. Research also involves creativity that is carried out in a systematic way in order to improve knowledge, which consists of human knowledge, culture, and society. So this implies that research is used to investigate facts, reconfirm the result of previous experiments, provide solutions to existing or new problems, support theories, as well as put forward new theories. Furthermore, research involves the construction of knowledge, conducting experiments to find out of the cause and effect of something, and also providing a basis for further study. And then, what is qualitative research, everyone? So, qualitative research presents in-depth information about a social phenomenon that occurs naturally. And usually, this qualitative research gathers participants' experiences, perception, and behavior. All right, for further information about what is qualitative research will be explained by Fanny. Fanny, the time is yours.
All right, now I will explain the nature of qualitative research. That Creswell in 1994 defined the qualitative research as an inquiry process of understanding a social or human problem based on building a complex, holistic picture formed with words and reporting detailed view of information and conducted in a natural setting. Qualitative research explains how the participants see social phenomena around them, and this quantitative research usually looks for information on how participants interpret their experience. And then qualitative research focus on gaining as much data as possible from a relatively small sample size. And it is a more flexible approach than a quantitative research. Since it enables participants to express themselves with providing data. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now the qualitative data. Qualitative data is defined as a data that approach and characterize. This qualitative data can be observed and record. Qualitative research data is often collected through interview, observation, similar method, or etc. And that conducting focus group with that can generate non-numerical data, and the result can be in the form like a video, text, or audio. That's all for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Fadi. For the next material will be explained by Vita.
Okay, thank you for the chance. Now I will explain the characteristic of qualitative research. The first one is natural environment or natural setting. Qualitative researchers collect file of data at the location where participants experience the problem or issue to be studied. Qualitative researchers do not change the environmental settings and activities of the participants. Information is gathered by talking directly to people and seeing them act directly in a natural context. The second one is researcher as a key instrument. Qualitative researchers generally collect their own research data through participant observation, documentation, or direct interviews with participants. These researchers generally do not use instruments or questionnaires made by other researchers because they are the only key to study. The third one is multiple sources of data. Qualitative researchers generally choose to collect the required data from various sources, such as interviews, documentation, and observation, rather than relying only on one source data. The fourth is inductive data analysis. Qualitative researchers build categorized patterns and themes from the ground up or inductive or from separate data into a complete conclusion. That's all from me. The rest will be explaining by my friends. Thank you.
Okay, the fifth characteristic of qualitative research is the meaning of the participant. In the entire research process, the researchers must focus on studying the meaning obtained from the participants about the issue or research problem, not the meaning conveyed by another author or researchers in certain literature. The sixth characteristic is design that develop or emergent design. Qualitative researchers argue that qualitative research is always evolving and dynamic. This can mean that the initial plan is not a standard that must be adhered to. All stages of research may change after the researchers goes into the field and collect data, provided that these changes are still in line in achieving the research objective, namely obtain information about the problem or research issue. The seventh characteristic is theoretical perspective. Qualitative researchers often use certain perspective in conducting research, such as ethnography, cultural concept, gender differences, reach, and another. And the eighth characteristic is interpretive. Uh, Qualitative researchers make an interpretive of what they see, hear, and what they understand. Usually, there are differences in interpretation between researchers, readers, and the participant. So it appears that qualitative research offers different view on a content or problem. Okay, that's all from me. The next material will be explained by my friend.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. The next characteristic is a holistic account. Qualitative researchers usually try to make a complex picture of a research issue or problem. Researchers describe the perspective and factor associated with the problem as a whole. The next is complex reasoning. An essential characteristic of the qualitative research method is that it is significant for complex reasoning. Sometimes there are certain situations which are required to have complex rationale to get the right result rather than direct statistical answer. For example, if a restaurant owner wants to know about what kind of entertainment people prefer at different hours of the day and why, then he is required to adopt one of the qualitative research method to understand the psychology of customer behind the choice of their entertainment. The next is flexible. Qualitative research is flexible. It can change at any stage of the research and based on the change. The course of research might also get changed. Therefore, qualitative research is used in such a scenario where the flexible nature of research is acceptable. And the last but not least is emergent design. A unique characteristic of qualitative research is a new design. That means a qualitative research method can remain the same as decided by the researchers at the beginning of the research process. The research process changes at every stage of the research. Sometimes, change in the research process changes when the research start collecting data for the research problem. This can result in the different in the methods being used for the reset, and sometimes the reset problem is altered and result in a completely new reset problem. Because of this, the researchers is required to be ready to change in the whole research process at any time or pace of the research. The primary purpose of qualitative research method is not to determine a quantitative answer, but to be able to establish an understanding of the problem and to find out in detail about it. That's all from our group. Thank you.